WC of YouTube. The dynasty continues. Hello folks, it's the WC here with another video. If you're looking for my previous videos, it'll be down in the description. NBA, Eastern Conference, and Western Conference Finals breakdowns will be down in the description. Now, this video is about the NBA Draft Lottery. This video is for all those other teams that didn't make the playoffs. If your team sucked all year last year, this video is for you. I'm going to be talking about the lottery draft positions, the teams, and what their needs are going to be in the NBA Draft 2014. Are you ready? I'm ready. First team, number 14 team that's going to be in the draft lottery is, and what their needs is, the Phoenix Suns. Now, the Phoenix Suns really don't need too much. The reason why I say that they don't need too much is because this team had a 23-25 win turnaround last year. I was talking about this team being a snub for not even being in the playoffs. So I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns like, you know, they really don't need a big body down low. They could use another shooter, maybe another point guard. That's what I expect for them to do with the mid-first round pick. You know, the Cleveland Suns are on a pretty good spot right now. The number 13th team in the NBA draft is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I don't know what the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to do with Kevin Love. They might trade him. They might not trade him. But Minnesota kind of needs just about anything. Anything and everything in this draft. They could go shooting guard. They could go point guard again. Maybe Rubio will basically be that, you know, that solid point for them. But I expect for them to either go power forward or maybe shooting guard. Those guys need shooters, and that's why I expect for them to go with that 13th overall pick. Now, the 12th team in the NBA draft lottery is the Orlando Magic. Now, Orlando has 2 first-round picks, and, you know, this is a top 14 pick, 2 top 14 picks. So, you know, Orlando just about needs everything. They need toughness. They need a toughness guy down low. They need a shooting guy. They had Oladipo last year. That's what I expect for them to do. I expect for them to try to get themselves a center, a power forward, maybe, you know, trade up in the draft. You know, this team really does need a lot to get back to where they were. You know, so it seems like ever since they fired Stan Van Gundy and got rid of Rashard Lewis and basically had that wholesale that they've been in the draft lottery, and you know those guys need just about everything. I mean, let's be honest here. I'm looking at the Denver Nuggets at 11, and I'm saying that these guys just need just about everything. I mean, I hate to say that a lot of these teams need just about everything, but a lot of these teams need just about everything. I mean, you know, Denver needs a point. They need a shooting guard. They need a power forward. You know, a lot of these teams, you know, at the bottom of the draft on the brink, maybe 1 or 2 pieces away, but Denver just needs to, you know, probably look shooting guard. Entering the top 10 is the Philadelphia Sixers. Now, the Sixers need, you know, shooting guards too, but the Sixers are another team that have, you know, 2 first-round picks along with Orlando, so they could go, you know, they can go power forward, they can go role player guy. You know, Philly is just another team that was just in the playoffs a couple years ago. We was talking about Philly being a threat to the Heat a couple years ago. Remember that? What happened, Philly? What happened to you? What happened? But, you know, I'm pretty sure they're going to pick up some good pieces in the draft. They got Noel. I think that he's going to be coming back next year. So, you know, things are looking up for Philly. At the number 9 spot, it's the Charlotte Hornets now. I wasn't going to say Bobcats, but it's the Charlotte Hornets now. Draft, I think it's like you know, a team didn't get above like a certain position in the draft, and now the Hornets are going to be taking that spot at 9. I mean, this is a good thing for the Charlotte Hornets, man. A playoff team last year, you know, I'd expect for them to look for a shooting guard, and I hate to keep saying the same thing, but a lot of these teams just can't shoot. That's the reason why they're in the draft lottery, folks. So, you know, maybe they can get a guy to go down low with Al Jefferson down low, another big body down low. That's probably where the Hornets will probably go. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what their uniforms are going to look like. At the number 8 position is the Sacramento Kings. Now, Sacramento has been in the draft lottery for a long, long time. And Sacramento fans out there, I know that y'all are just hungry for a winner. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all watching old playoff tapes of Chris Webber and Lottie Divac down low, you know what I'm saying, doing what he got to do. You know what I'm saying, looking at looking at Bibby making threes and old VHS tapes and stuff. But, you know, hope Sacramento gets a good pick out of this. You know, a team that's really struggling, you know, going forward with that franchise. They're going to be picking at the number 8 position. The Los Angeles Lakers. Coming in at the 7th position, I know the Lakers fans wanted to get to the top 3, top 4, and I'll get into that tragedy later on in this video. But the Lakers, man, Kobe coming back. I don't know what you guys are going to be looking for. I mean, I don't know what you guys are going to be doing with Paul Gasol. Maybe you guys trade him. Maybe you guys go get another power forward. Try to develop another center. Maybe trying to move up in the draft. I don't know what you guys are going to necessarily do, but you guys definitely have some holes. I mean, the Lakers could go just about anything in this draft and come out good. Next up is the Boston Celtics. Now I'm looking at the Celtics and I'm saying, okay, you still got Rondo. They started off the season last year on a good foot, but eventually they tailed off. I'm looking for Boston to probably go for maybe a small forward, a guy that can score, a pure shooter. In this draft, they should be able to get that at the 6th spot, the 6th position. They have to, if they're going to keep Rondo around, they have to put shooters around this guy. This guy can't pass the ball to himself and shoot. So that's what I expect for the Boston Celtics to say. And I like I said, doing this video, I hate to keep saying that these teams need shooters, but I'm just going to keep repeating it. I have to keep repeating it. Next up is going to be the Utah Jazz coming in at the 5th position. Utah has never won the NBA draft. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at a team at the top, and I'll get to them later on in this video. You just stick around here. I got something special to say at the end of this video. But the Utah Jazz, a team that had Stockton and Malone, and now they're in the draft lottery. I mean, it's sad. It's sad to see some of these teams in the draft lottery, man. Utah and the Lakers and Boston. I mean, it's real sad to see some of these teams in the draft lottery. And it's just another team that just needs some vital parts to to even get even close to the playoffs in the Western Conferences. The Western Conferences, look at Phoenix at the bottom, man. It necessarily took them about 50 wins to even get in the conversation. I mean, it's crazy. Next up is the Orlando Magic coming up at 4. Now, Orlando, like I said before, Orlando needs just about everything. They need to build around Oladipo. I think that he's a very good shooter. They still have Jameer Nelson. They need some big bodies down low. I mean, Dwight Howard leaving hurts. I mean, it hurt them, and now they're in the draft lottery with 2 picks. Going into the 3rd position, the Philadelphia Sixers with their 2nd pick. Now, the Philadelphia Sixers could go big here. I'd expect for them to probably go big with their 1st pick and then go small with their next one. But they could just do no wrong with the 3rd pick. I mean, they could pick anybody with the 3rd pick and it would still be good, better than what they have on their roster right now. The 2nd overall pick goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. Once again, the team with the best odds does not get the 1st overall pick. Something needs to change. Adam Silver, I hope somebody just shoots this video your way. This is just another problem, bruh. I mean, the team that needs to pick the most doesn't get the pick. I mean, if they had fell out of the top 3, that would have been like, I don't know what to say. And I'm not even a Milwaukee Bucks fan, and I'm irritated by that. I'm just so irritated by that. But the Bucks are going to get a very, very good player. You know what I'm saying? They're like I said, in this draft, you could really not go too wrong if you're in maybe the top 10, the top 15, because you're going to get a good player, either a good solid role player or a team, or a player that could potentially be a star player. I mean, just because a player is not picked in the top 5 doesn't mean that he's not going to be a star player. And now finally, we get to the team that won the draft lottery. Are you guys ready for this? The Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh my goodness. Don't you know what? I almost threw my glass at the screen when I seen this, all right? When I heard this, when I seen this, I almost threw a complete tantrum, all right? Adam Silver, you got to change this, bruh. You've got to change this. This is the 4th time since 2003 that the Cleveland Cavaliers, if you're a Cleveland fan and they keep giving you 1st overall picks, or this is a lottery, so if the ball keeps bouncing your way and LeBron James leaves, and this is basically supposed to be the Heat are playing the Pacers right now as I'm talking, this is basically supposed to be the Cavaliers in this game right here. That's basically what the NBA is probably trying to say. I know that this is a conspiracy thing going on, but the integrity of the NBA draft is being questioned right now from my standpoint. I don't like the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers have the #1 pick in consecutive years and the 4th time since 2003. I'm sorry, and basically a decade. They've a decade and a year. They've had the 1st overall pick and still haven't won a championship. All right. I mean, it's just one of those things that just makes you just scratch your head. Adam Silver, get on your job. You know, the integrity of the NBA draft lottery is being in the question. And I know that you don't like that. I know that you're not going to like that. But you got to do something about it. It's the WC. NBA draft lottery order review. You know, if your team was in this lottery, if you feel as though that your team was basically stumped out for the Cavaliers being, the first overall pick, then let me know down below. How do you feel about where your team's position is and the players that you feel as though that they should probably take a look at? There's a list of the players down below. Like I said, the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference review is down below. Let me know how you guys feel. It's the WC. Until next time, peace. Come on, Cleveland. 4 picks. Come on, you got to get it right sooner or later, right? I mean, you got it right with Cleveland, with Kyrie Irving. But come on now. I'll see you guys next time. It's a darn shame.